Hey guys, welcome back to the CuléPodcast. Welcome back to another episode, season 4, episode 25. Hopefully, you guys are having a fantastic day. But on today's episode, guys, we're going to be continue talking about Barcelona. We're going to be talking about our recent run of form. We have been dropping points. Barcelona, they drew against Real Betis, a game that we should have won, but more drop points. We're going to be talking about that. What is the cause of it? And we're basically going to be looking ahead as well towards the game in midweek against Borussia Dortmund. It's going to be a tricky test for Barcelona. But guys, before I get started on the video, make sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. Everything is posted down below in the description. If you guys do want to join, feel free. Just go on X, click on the StreamYard link, and you will be able to join. But Sebi, how are you, man?
Good.
Good? Good?
Disappointed.
Disappointed? Okay. Well, what's up, NJ? What's up, Saket? Welcome, guys, to the stream. Always good to see you guys. How are you guys feeling after this weekend's result?
It's whatever. It is what
It,
it is what it is.
it
To be
is.
honest,
It is. Wow. Okay. Saket, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm just happy that we didn't lost against Real Betis
Wow. Wow. I mean, what's it called? Looking at the reaction from all three of you guys, there's not really much enthusiasm,
because
confidence.
to be honest, if it would have been November of month, then we would have lost this game. I think only because it is December we are not losing it.
Only because it's not December. But okay, guys. Let's get straight into the episode, and let's basically talk about Barcelona's struggles recently. Barcelona, out of what 15 possible points, we've only won 5. It's been bad. It's been bad in La Liga recently. Our basically cushion that we had at the top is absolutely gone. Barcelona, we're right now going to have to basically claw our way back. Even though we are top, both Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid, they have an opportunity to surpass us. And Sebi, I'll go to you first. Why do you think Barcelona is playing so poorly? Because this team at the start of the season, we were playing absolutely fantastic. We were beating teams and by huge goal margins. And right now, we're seemingly to struggle in every single game. Well, what do
They're
you think
getting
is
too confident.
too
They're
confident?
getting too confident. And Frankie
Okay.
De Jong, get the fuck out of here.
Okay, but expand on that a little.
No,
What do you think?
they thought they were gonna. For me, they thought too much confidence in saying like they're gonna win La Liga easily. Now, if Atletico win or Real Madrid win, they can go first or second, like you said, and they got too comfortable.
Okay, so
It's not
it's
gonna be so easy.
okay. So you attribute it to maybe overconfidence in the players, maybe not taking the opposition
Yeah,
seriously.
they're not taking La Liga seriously.
Okay. NJ, well, what do you make of that? Do you think that Barcelona's overconfident right now?
I mean, I have 3 to 4 reasons why. So one is yes, they're overconfident. Two, it's a lack of experience in depth because we keep relying on La Masia. And when I told people like we need players, experienced players to match it up. Third is that it's just that they're overthinking too much of the game. Like they're making overcomplicate for themselves. Like they got the game in their hand, but they keep messing it up. And fourth one is that there are some players that we need to sell. Simple as that.
So
That
some players that don't have a place in this team.
yeah. Like what do you call
Okay.
this? Like yeah, like we have that, but the problem is that they're not used properly though. Like like sure you can blame Frankie De Jong for that penalty, but again, when you look at it, Koundé missed out on the positioning, which made Frankie De Jong like make a commitment.
Mhm.
But when you look at it though, it wasn't really Frankie De Jong's like he didn't really step on fucking the guy's foot properly though. It was the other guy that hit Frankie De Jong, but it made it look like that Frankie De Jong made the tackle. But again, he had to make the risk because because Koundé was so far away from it.
Okay. Um, Second thoughts.
Yeah, I think was all the reasons that the guys gave can be said as true, but I also think that lack of depth. I think we have the players for rotating, but I don't think they can give out a result because I whenever I have seen Hansi Pick substitute the player, and then we go on to lose or draw the game whenever the starting
Hmm.
lineup players are not there. And I also think players are getting tired because I have been seeing performance from Kunde. He's not
Yeah.
tracking back.
Exactly. Yeah.
Multiple players, not only
Hmm.
him
Yeah.
particularly, but multiple players. I think they are also getting tired with this style of play. I think
Hmm.
that is the main reason. Because
Okay.
look at Kubarsi, he's 17. At least we are resting Lamin. He's playing continuously. He hasn't been benched. Kubarsi and Inigo. Kunde too. He has been rested here and there, but then we have suffered in those matches.
Yeah. Over relying to the La Masia as well.
Okay.
Too much trust.
Uh, what I would say is, my view of Barcelona's result right now. I agree with NJ. I think it's multiple reasons. I don't think it's one singular cause. I'm looking at this team, more fatigued than at the start of the season. Obviously, you're seeing the intensity drop in these players, and obviously, when your players are fatigued, you do have to make rotations, and the Barcelona's bench isn't that great. When you're looking at the options that Hansi Flick can bring on, it's not options that you say, wow, Barcelona, they really have good options on the bench. Even though, for example, Gavi and Frankie De Jong, they are big names. They're still coming back from
Yeah.
injury. They're
Exactly.
not
Yeah.
putting it in the performances that, for example, that their level or their name requires. We're not seeing the best level of these players. You're looking at players like Ferran, who, yes, he did come against Real Betis and he did score. He ran a lot, but he's still not, I would say,
Yeah. Yeah. They're
Barcelona
not
quality.
fully
His
back
level,
yet. Yeah.
yeah, his level is completely different from that of Rafinha, Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski, and it's very worrying as well because at some point, when you're thinking that how many fixtures are or in the season, potentially Hansi Flick is maybe going to have to decide on which competition he should prioritize, because in the game against Roberts, I don't know if you guys know this, but roughly around when he made the Lewandowski and Rafinha change, he basically took them off from what, like the 60th, 70 minutes.
Yeah. It was too early for that.
Yeah, the game was still up in the air, and you're taking these players out. When I look at that, I'm thinking,
Also, yeah, Elias, that is the exact same reason. At the start of the season, when we were leading in every game with 3-0 or 2-0
yeah,
or 4-2 or 3-2 lead, he then, at that time, he didn't substitute all these players. He didn't give them rest in first 10 games.
no,
Did you realize that? Notice that, in first 10 games, he was playing them throughout the all 90 minutes.
uh huh.
All the players. He wasn't substituting them. And when when there is a crunch time of the season, after December, he has to rotate players. Otherwise, look at their intensity. And with this style, if you drop intensity, then opposition is winning second balls and they are hitting us on the counter. That's the point.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And also I'll point to that Barcelona, they're also looking very weak defensively, man. Like every single team, regardless, is basically cutting us open, having multiple occasions, multiple shots. And when you're that exposed defensively, obviously you are going to score. And for example, if your attack isn't firing on all cylinders, then you are going to be at a disadvantage. And that poses questions on Hansi Flick's high line, on Hansi Flick's system. Should we change? And Sebi, what do you think of that? Looking at how many shots that Barcelona they are conceding in recent weeks and how many goals as well, do you think maybe a change of system is the right idea, or no?
Mm, I think the players are just too used to the new
Yeah.
system right now. But for next game, for sure, no. Versus Dortmund, for sure, no. Don't switch it up. But I would say against Leganes, we can try. I don't know what
D-
system they'll use, but they can try a
oh,
new system of play and see how it
okay.
goes.
Um, a new system. Listen, Angie, did you think that Hansi Flick will develop a new system? I don't think so. I think Hansi Flick is going to stick
Nope,
with this four
no,
two
I
three
we
one.
think
will.
he's gonna keep a system, but like if they want to try a new one, it would be for Leganes and not Borussia Dortmund.
Uh, mm, not right now. Again, we will live and die with the High Line. That's all. But again, probably once we like probably like later of the year when we like fully like secure La Liga, then that's when he will try. But for now, he is not changing. He will stick with it because
No, I
that's
think so. Hmm.
what he did
Also, guys,
in Bayern.
guys, yeah, don't you think that we are, our center backs or full backs are not necessarily committing the mistake that, in the goals that we are conceding. I think it is the problem of the structure.
The
Whenever there is a counter, our fullbacks are far up the side and center backs are totally exposed. I think
I mean,
structure
it
is the
happens.
problem, but I
It's
again, that's how we are winning.
Yeah, it's part of it. Like you have to accept that we're gonna get countered no matter what, no matter how far we are in the high line. We already know that.
mhm.
Everybody knew that, but it's just a matter of time. Like how fast can you react to avoid it?
See, but what's it called? One difference that I am noticing is the intensity in the press from Barcelona. Because when you look at the start of the season, Barcelona, they were literally like a pack of wolves. You saw Lewandowski running for every single ball. You saw Rafinha going insane. Marcos Pedri, these guys were at 100%. Start of the season and everything. And under Hansi Flick, obviously, with his new training regimen, Barcelona they were physically beasts. But as the season has progressed, you're seeing these players get more and more tired. And sustainability questions they are being posed. Can Barcelona maintain this? And I don't know why, but Barcelona with more players fit and more players available, they look worse than they did at the start of the season. When you basically only had two midfielders in Pedri and Marcaso. Literally, Gavi was injured, Frankie De Jong was injured. Dani Olmo was the only fit player. It was Dani Olmo and Paulo Torre. Up top, it was the only three players. In the defense, it was only Nico Martinez and Pau Cuarsi. And yet, Barcelona, they're not improving. And we
I
met.
mean,
I would
no
say
one's
we
gonna
have
fit.
regressed.
One thing, no one's gonna be fit the whole season. Like there will be times where we will be underperforming, which is happening right now, which is good. But again, no one's gonna go perfect. Like even if you go 38-0, nobody's gonna be like on form when
No,
you play.
okay. No. I absolutely agree. But you know, why is it that Barcelona, even with a bigger squad now than they did at the start of the season, are performing even worse? You know,
Because again, when you look at it, the players that we have, yes, like I guess you can say I guess you can say like Frank is useful, but again, he just came back from injury. He's obviously if you're gone for 5 months, you're still slowly going, and also because the way we play, it does not suit how Frankie plays as well. So and also like Eric Garcia, who's uh how do you say a defensive center back, like he's not like Barca where he plays like ball playmaking. He's more like in the back more. So when you look at it, the players that we have is not the same.
the players are not the same. Well, I would prioritize is the level from these players. The level that we're seeing is definitely not the same. And
Yeah,
and and
yeah,
that
for
that's
sure.
what I basically say the level because obviously, for example, a good Frankie De Jong at a very good level. I'm not worried about him, necessarily playing in the Hansi Flick system, even though it's
Yeah,
maybe
he
not
can play for
ideal to
sure.
him. Exactly. But Frankie De Jong at this level, he's causing
In
Barcelona
depth
mistakes.
right now, right now.
What happened, Angie? You cut out.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
it's same as Kunde as well. Like even Kunde is on form. He's
Yeah, exactly. Like for example,
faster than
even
like
Jules
even
Koundé
Kunde as well. Like even though he's from he's
now.
costing us
Uh-huh.
as well. Yeah, everybody's costing us games. Yeah,
I'd say it's a dip in form from like the team in general.
yeah.
But
Like
let's read some comments.
um,
What's up, guys, Lionel?
Derek, cut out.
Betis played really well.
Sorry.
They took care of a Barcelona that might be fatigued. I agree. But Real Betis, they
Yeah,
created lots of chances. And in that game, they actually I would say dominated that second half. The amount of chances that they were
yeah,
creating, Barcelona not able to close out games as
uh,
well, which is
that,
also an issue.
yeah. They're fun to watch. I'm not lying though.
Wait, Angie, your mic is cutting out. It sounds like robotic.
Yeah, they're fun to watch though. Not gonna lie though.
No, of course, as a neutral, it's fun to
Oh,
watch. But as a Barcelona fan, like you
for
don't
sure.
want to see Roberts, create tons of chances and basically cut Barcelona open. Nicholas Sule is out for Dortmund. Okay, that's That's a silver lining in the game for Dortmund. What's a
Also,
brilliant? What's popping? How is it?
Dortmund's not doing that good this season.
They
To be
they
fair,
they're
But
what
again,
I think.
yeah, but it's a Champions League. It's different.
Yeah, in the
Yeah,
Champions
also
League, they're fourth, and but in the Bundesliga, I believe they're sixth or something.
No,
also
Uh,
they're
their
fifth.
home home
fifth.
form is very good.
Yeah,
Fifth. Let me see.
they're on form this
They
year.
have been shit away from home, but at home they have been very good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's
Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League, they are fourth. They are equal with us on points, and in the Bundesliga, they are sixth. So in the Bundesliga, they are sixth. So this is going to be a tricky occasion. Barcelona, they're going to be going away to Germany, a place where we haven't been really successful. We've had some difficult games, and Manley says, CuléPodcast said, I'm beginning to worry. And in regards to that, I want to pose a question: are Barcelona right now in a crisis, or is this just a slump? I want to know that.
it's
it's a
just a
So
slump.
slump.
It's a slump.
it's just a slump.
Yeah,
They're,
Okay.
they're
Okay.
fatigued.
Okay.
yeah.
So Sebi, I'm gonna go to you first, and then I'll go to NJ. Expand on that. What do you mean as a slump?
the The players are tired. It's okay to lose points. Um, they'll be back, in my opinion. This is a good opportunity for a bounce back game to regain confidence.
Okay.
Champions League in Germany against Borussia Dortmund that went to the finals last year.
Okay. Okay. So they're fatigued. All right. And NJ, thoughts?
Yeah, there are fatigue and also lack of depth.
Yeah, I mean that's like we discussed that and we said it.
Yeah,
This is a
man.
problem,
But
and
we
like
had a lack of depth since 2015, 2018.
no,
Lack of
what's it
depth.
called? What's it called? We had we had Messi in there who
Yeah,
literally
there's a bit like Pedro, like Mascherano as well back
yeah,
then.
it was like completely different. When we look at this season specifically, we basically I said it. I said that Barcelona right now that we have a worse squad than we did last season.
Yeah,
The options off the
And
bench are even worse. And
and
if
That's true. They're
yeah,
terrible.
look at the positive. Until Javi, we didn't even have a good starting lineup, man. Now at least we have a good starting lineup.
yeah.
Forget about substitutes.
What's up, mindset? I haven't had a good weekend for a month now. The only games we can win now are weekdays: Red Star Belgrade, Brest, and Mallorca. I know the weekends, they haven't been great, but we've seen these dip of performances. Even all the way back to
Also,
Barcelona's victory over
Elias
Espanyol.
problem is not that losing or drawing games. In this long season that can happen. But
Yeah.
the thing that make me upset is the games like Celta Vigo, games
Yeah.
like Real Betis. The game
Mhm.
in which you are winning, you should be able to close the game down.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not like half an hour is remaining or 45 minutes it's remaining. It's just a matter of 10 to 15 minutes.
Mhm.
yeah, but
And we are
again,
conceding
they're
goals
all tricky
in
teams
those
to
minutes.
play though. They're tricky teams to play. In the end of the day, they're not easy to beat.
No.
Yeah, let's be honest. But under Javi, we were closing games like this down for entire 1 hour.
See the point that you're saying is that obviously these are tricky games. It's understandable if you drop points, but if you have a lead, you have to close that out, especially knowing that, for example,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
10,
it is. Yeah,
15 minutes,
yeah, we know
regardless.
that. Yeah, yeah, for every
Like
sport. Yeah, in every sport, you have to like finish your lead, obviously. But again, that's part of the sport where like it just happens. Like you don't expect it. It just happens.
oh, okay, yeah, but titles they're won when you win these
Yeah,
when you
yeah,
win
I
these
know,
type
I
of
know. We
games.
know that. We know
You
that.
know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's worrying for Barcelona because if you're dropping points against Celta Vigo when you should have when you should have won that game, when you're dropping points against Real Betis when you should have won that game, those are 4 points in two matches. And then when you add, for example, the game against Real Sociedad, which it's understandable if you lose, but at the same time you could have won that game. It makes things difficult on the Liga table, and it makes and it adds pressure. And
Ah, well, pressure makes
obviously
diamond.
pressure makes diamond, and Barcelona right now under the pressure they're crumbling. And Hansi Flick, he has to look at the team and say, "Hey, how can we bounce back?" But Van Lee says, "Question for the panel: would you guys prefer to clash with the Madrid several times in high leverage games, or you wouldn't mind dropping them out of the Champions League?" Hmm.
to be honest, if you keep facing Madrid, it's gonna be annoying though, because you keep seeing them all the time. You know, it's good to have, like, a couple of months not seeing them, stuff like that. I rather.
Mm. Okay, well, Vanley, are you saying would you rather prefer to face Madrid like multiple times, or are you saying, for example, like would you want Barcelona to drop out of the Champions League and prioritize for maybe the league title? Because that's a question I do want to talk to you guys about. Because I mentioned briefly, but Hansi Flick, he did make substitutions roughly in the 60-minute mark, and I think it was not only maybe like a tactical change, but also trying to rest these players. And if Barcelona they were to prioritize a competition, we want to compete on all fronts. But if Barcelona were to prioritize a competition, what would you want that competition to be? The UCL, La Liga? What do you think, Zebi?
Honestly, I would prioritize Champions League. We haven't won it since 2015. Like,
Yeah,
Okay.
but again, we don't have the roster to win that though. But maybe we can win it, but yeah, it depends. You know.
No, see, but in a
I'd rather
Champions League,
win the
you don't
Champions League.
necessarily need a
And,
roster. It's
and
basically, I'd say you need a roster for a league title. You need to be consistent throughout entirety of the season.
I'd rather win the Champions League,
The
in my
Champions League.
personal opinion. And I think the players also would rather want to win the Champions League.
Okay. NJ, thoughts?
I mean, minimum La Liga, but yeah, for sure, Champions League is the main
Okay.
target, obviously.
Okay. See, but I bring this up because obviously Barcelona they are going to want to compete on all fronts. But if, for example, we have to sacrifice a competition because our performances are just dropping to a point where we need our maximum effort out of one or two.
I am not dropping any competition. I am not dropping none of them.
No, obviously, like I'm not saying you to drop them, but looking at how Hansi Flick, I'm looking at him and he's maybe prioritizing the Champions League over La Liga. Having players rested, looking towards midweek rather than Real Betis. Then I'm getting the sensations that these guys could go out and
No,
prioritize the Champions League. I
so,
don't
so,
know.
so, so here's the thing though. He's prioritizing the Champions League right now to qualify because of the money right now. Then we will see in the knockout stage if he actually gonna go all in it. Because right now we need to get qualified to get the money. You know what I mean?
I mean, but I just think that Barcelona, we have a nice position in the Champions League. As long as you get the top 8, like, you're pretty
Yeah,
much set.
exactly. Yeah,
We need to win the game against Real Betis. The game isn't won, and you're substituting Robert Lewandowski out, and you're bringing and you're taking off Dani Olmo and Rafinha.
I mean, the Dortmund game is more important right now because again we're gonna end up facing Betis again in the next. I mean, in around January or whatever the next time we face them.
Okay.
But with
Second,
Dortmund, it's on one time.
Yeah,
Dortmund is
I wanna win Copa del Rey.
Copa
No,
del Rey.
I'm kidding. Yeah, yeah. I am not sure whether this squad will last. For the entirety of the season in this league format because not even half of the season is gone and our intensity is dropping. Even though December is yet to over.
Mm-hmm.
And again, Champions League, there is lot of uncertainty about Champions League. You don't know what team you will get.
Exactly. Yeah.
And not only one team, don't know. You will be facing multiple great teams in final, quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I can't really blame for Flick for substituting, Lewandowski in Real Betis game. He should have substituted them in first team games at this point because I we have three difficult away games. I think two away games and one game at home, and three of them games are difficult. And we have to win two of the three games to secure the top 8 in Champions League. So I think we have to win in UCL also. At least two out of the three game because again we are facing Dortmund. It's like a 6 pointer in the league.
Because
Yeah.
again, when when after we face Dortmund, well, we face Atalanta, who's in form. They're in first.
Yeah, also
Yeah.
Benfica away from home, I think.
I mean,
It's
Benfica's kind of
Atalanta,
struggling
Benfica.
as well. They're struggling as well, but but Atalanta is on. They're on form right now as well. So he's trying to prioritize because again, if you lose to both of them, you're gonna end up playing in the playoff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know. You see, because Atletico Madrid, they had a awful start to La Liga and the start of the season. Barcelona, they had a great start, and funny
Yeah,
enough, look at where the two teams are right now. Atletico Madrid, they're
yeah.
flying, and Barcelona, we're struggling. But looking at these high, intensity games where you have your best 11, um, I generally think that Barcelona can compete against any team. We've seen how Barcelona competed against Bayern. We've seen how they competed against Real Madrid. I don't think that Barcelona going up against a team is the issue. It's just whether they can sustain that level for the entirety of the season. And we've discussed the reasons why: fatigue, lack of depth on the bench, lack of intensity level from those players coming off as well. But looking ahead towards Borussia Dortmund, what Barcelona do you think is going to show up? Do you think it's the Barcelona that struggled in La Liga, or do you think the Barcelona that was absolutely demolishing team? Because even in the month of December, one of the only games that we did win was against Brest in the Champions League. What do you think, Sabi?
Repeat the question real quick.
No, no.
Yeah, yeah. It was too fast, bro. I'm like, what?
Oh, okay. So my bad. What Barcelona do you think is going to show up against Borussia Dortmund?
Don't worry, 3-0, easy win.
3-0 easy win.
No,
Okay.
we're gonna be competitive, and I think we will come out. I don't think we'll lose. We'll either come out with a good victory or
A scrappy
a
one.
draw. Yeah, a struggling one or a draw. I don't think we'll lose. In my opinion.
Don't think we'll lose. Okay.
I do not think we'll lose.
NJ?
I think we have a high chance of winning as well. But at the same time, we could win by a scrappy goal or draw. But again, it depends of how Julian Brandt, like Adeyemi plays and Nemcha and Marcel Sabitzer play. Because them four will be the reason why Dortmund will like trigger their attacking
I
them.
think it doesn't matter how we win, in my opinion, this
Yeah,
game, but if
yeah,
we get the win, I
yeah.
just want to win.
Yeah. Obviously, the wins are more important, but it depends on them four players in Dortmund. Because again, they don't have Niklas Sula, so
Mm-hmm.
that also. But
Mm-hmm.
again,
I agree.
I
I
think
agree.
Nicolas Sola, I think Julian Brand, and also Adeyemi is doubtful.
All of them
always
doubtful.
they're doubtful as well. Brandt's
Yeah,
doubtful.
Adeyemi is doubtful. I think he will make it to the game, but Julian Brandt is out.
Wait, he's out or no?
Yeah, he's out. He's injured.
Oh, okay. Then probably Marcel Sabitzer will be the one controlling the game for them.
Yeah. So right here, Adeyemi is a Dow due to a hamstring injury. Nicolas Sule, he's going to be back early January. Brandt late December. Okay.
And
So I
Gittens
mean,
gonna be the
those are
hard
three
part.
key. Those are three key players. In that Borussia Dortmund side,
Yeah.
and looking at the game against the Champions League,
Also,
obviously,
do you guys remember any scrappy win that we have won? Any scrappy game? I think most of our games has been like 3-0, 4-1.
yeah,
And
yeah,
yeah, either that or a loss or a draw. I think
uh-huh.
I don't think we are winning scrappily. Either
No,
we
no,
are
yeah,
watching them or it is a draw or a loss.
and I brought up the point. These type of games, they are the games in which league titles, trophies, they are won. Games in which are very
Also,
uncomfortable,
also I think
really
Do,
scrappy.
yeah. Also Dortmund is not gonna play like a La Liga side. Mid block, low block. They will go for us.
No,
So
Yeah,
we,
they're
we
gonna go
will be
all in.
having spaces
They're gonna
to
go all
play
in.
like that. Rafinha will get spaces, things
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, they're gonna go all in.
absolutely, absolutely. They're basically see
Because
well,
yeah,
Barcelona.
also think about it. We on also they have like same points, so they have to also win.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even if they lose to like Barcelona or we lose to them, I mean, even if they lose to Barcelona, they can still win against Benfica or whoever they, you know.
Yeah, but they don't want to lose to Barcelona at their home.
Yeah, obviously,
No.
In this type of matches.
listen, like between Dortmund and Barcelona, we have more like higher risk of like losing it compared to them. Like
I,
you know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Like we have more to
Yeah,
lose.
I I I saw a report that Nico now wants to join Barcelona.
I
I,
saw that as well. I saw
I
that as
mean
well.
I don't really blame him to like say another year. So again Bilbao, the finals gonna be in Bilbao, right? So might as well just you know try to win that at their home court.
They are going to try to win the competition,
Yeah,
but
they will
you know,
try.
looking at Wednesday's fixture, obviously we want a Barcelona victory. To basically calm the tension, calm the worries, because right now, I would say Barcelona, they're sort of spiraling out of control. I would say a little bit. Um, in La Liga, the Champions League has been a whole different story. Barcelona,
Yeah,
we've been really good there,
yeah.
but if Barcelona were to lose against Borussia Dortmund, then those doubts would grow. And you know, I
I think we will win because whenever we are dropping points in La Liga and then we are going to go to the Champions League, we are winning. I think same thing
Yeah,
happened with
yeah, you're
Brest.
right.
I
You're
think
right.
same
But
thing
yeah,
will
yeah, you're
happen with
right for that
Dortmund.
though. Yeah, you're right for that. But again, it doesn't mean that we were winning because of it will happen again. It's a fifty
Yeah, yeah.
fifty.
I'm not saying because of that. Just that players are rested. I know, key players like Lewandowski, Rafinha. You know,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
kind of
yeah, yeah.
players
I
are
get you.
rested, and they will be hungry. Again that because they dropped the points. Some.
But again, even if we lose, we just have to win against Benfica and draw against uh against Atalanta. That should be enough to be top eight for us.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. But again, if we don't win, then again we
Yeah.
have to rest player for those games.
Or
Then we have to suffer in La Liga because of
or
that.
sorry to interrupt. What Banley said. Actually, I don't mind the Nico delay. Yeah, I don't mind either. Because you know why? Because you know why? If Bilbao wins the Europa League and Barcelona win the Champions League, right? If Nico join us, he's gonna win the Super Cup with us, though. You know?
he's gonna win the Super Cup with us. Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
If
n-
if if that happens though, like if we win the Champions League and he wins the Europa League for Bilbao, if he comes out, we'll be facing Bilbao in the Super Cup anyways. And he's gonna win the Super Cup with us. You know?
in regards to Nico, I think it's clear that Barcelona, we are gonna have to make signings next summer.
I mean, yeah. Well,
In the
we
January
have to
transfer window, I would definitely say that Barcelona, look for options,
like
because
loan, basically like a
yeah,
6 month loan.
maybe loans, or
Yeah.
maybe free agents potentially. It's gonna be very very difficult, knowing how the big teams are not gonna want to let their players go, and Barcelona, we're not gonna basically sign anyone. But looking how we're already having conversations with, hey, the squad is thin. We need players. Barcelona should go into the market. Imagine in the next upcoming weeks how the sensations will be when even more games are played. When these players have more miles on their legs and everything.
Also, yeah, Liverpool signed that spaghetti mafia. We if we would have signed him, he would have been useful in such times.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
not gonna lie though, he would have been useful. Yeah, to be honest, like backing up Rafinha. Yeah, I feel
Because
like
I really thought that Ansu Fati will give us something, but I don't know where he is. Even I can see Christensen in matches. I don't even see Ansu anywhere now.
bro,
I
Ansu Fati's injured. Like, how do you get injured when you're not even playing? That's ridiculous.
nothing,
What?
nothing. You can injured as well while in training as well. To be
No,
honest,
obviously, but I mean, come on. Like, what these players should, under Hansi Flick, with training maximum intensity, what, for an hour or something like that? And usually, most
I
of the
mean,
time, injuries happen in the matches. Because you're playing at a much higher intensity.
yeah, but
But
again, it's up to your body how to react as well, right? So, but yeah, I get you what your point is. Yeah, but
yeah, no,
again, it's your body. It depends on how your body reacts as well, right? Because not
no,
everybody's the same.
yeah. No, I completely understand that players can get injured in training. It happens all the time. But for that to be a reoccurring issue, for example, then come on. But it's just that's just another frustration. Man United doing a clear out after they get curb stomped by City. Is there any players you want
Ahmed
from
Diallo. Ahmed Diallo. That's the one I want.
Diallo?
If
Diallo.
we, if, yeah, if we had the choice, yeah, because the guy
Yeah,
deserves.
they are not selling him.
Mm.
He and Manu is the only good player they got.
Yeah, I do. It's like I was only thinking about those two players because I was thinking like there were options out wide. Maybe you're looking at Garnacho. I'm not a fan of
Nah, I don't want
Garnacho.
that.
Yeah,
I'm not a
Yo,
fan of Garnacho.
yo,
I'm
bro.
looking at Rashford. I'm not a fan of Rashford. I'm looking at Hoyland. I mean,
Nah,
what,
holy
four
shit.
goals in the Premier League as
yeah.
main.
To be honest,
Um,
I would take Garnacho as a substitute or a super sub.
No,
I mean,
no,
I
he's super sub. He's not even that good, bro, for a super sub. Like
I mean, he has like 8 assists and 8 goals in
out of
Premier League.
out of all
Maybe
them,
he's
yo,
better than
He's,
Ama
Ansu
he's
Fati
Diallo.
better than
as a
Nico.
bench
He's
warmer,
better than Nico this season. That's all I'm gonna
Yeah,
say.
exactly. I mean, he's not a better player than Nico, but
Rashford,
at least
he's a
he's
fucking
giving output.
at
yo.
least he's
Ama
giving.
Diallo's the best one in the out of the four of them. Diallo's
No,
the
we,
best
we we
one.
agree. We will agree.
Yeah, we agree, but
Yeah.
best
the
player
squad as a
doesn't
whole.
mean that. Yeah, I mean, Lamine Yamal is better player than Salah, if you want to say. But
I mean,
Salah is
well, okay,
producing like
bro,
10 assists
bro,
and
we already
10
know
goals.
that. We already know that. We already know that. We
Wait,
don't have
I
to.
kind of want Salah. If you're hearing this, come to Barca after Liverpool.
Salah is a super sub.
I mean, yeah.
I,
Who cares? Might as well. If he wants to win a couple more trophies, in
I
his
mean,
bag.
I'm a fan
You
of Salah coming,
sorry.
but
Yeah, I meant to say Saka, not Salah.
Yeah,
mhm,
Yeah,
Saka.
but a
Who's Saka?
Liverpool fan will get heated.
no, no, I completely agree, Nathan. Right now, Nico, he's not having the best couple of months at
I knew
at
already
Bilbao.
before. I know the game before he just wasn't really good. He gets Sanchez. Sanchez is really good though. Like
Uh
the bit like here's the thing though, between Nico and Inaki Williams, Inaki is a better player to be honest.
Athletic have too
huh.
many good players. Vivian, Berenguer, they have multiple good players.
Oh, but
Oh, no, no,
Benguer is
no.
starting over Nico at the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean between Nico, I'm just saying between Inaki Williams and Nico, Inaki is a better baller to be honest.
I mean, Inaki's been doing it for at the top level for what so many years, bro. He's dunked on Barcelona every single time we face him, bro. That guy's a hater, man. That guy's an
Yeah,
absolute
I mean,
hater.
I was watching that game, Villarreal, I think Athletic, and Ineki missed like 3 chances back to back
Yeah,
to back.
I
He's
guarantee you
like
that,
Bozojin. He has also a Bozojin.
bro. It's like him, it's Adudis, it's Aspas.
Adonis,
Uh,
yeah, a
yeah,
legend,
bro.
a
Yo,
legend.
these guys always turn up against Barcelona. I'm like thinking, what the hell?
I mean,
But
we have, we have a La Liga a rival with Bilbao anyways. Because again, both teams hate Madrid, right? So
no, that's true. But okay, guys. To run off the episode, score predictions for Wednesday's match. Sebi,
Um, 2-1 Barca.
2-1 Barcelona. Solid. NJ?
yeah, 2-1. Yeah, it's gonna be a close game to be honest.
2-1. Wow. Okay. Second?
Yeah, 3-1 or 4-1. I don't know which team.
3-1 or 4-1. Wow. Um, I'm gonna go with the draw. I'm
Yeah,
going for a
fair
2-2
enough.
draw.
Fair
I'm going
enough.
Yeah,
for a
to be
draw.
honest, I would take a draw.
I'd be open to a draw.
Yeah, draw
I
minimum. I draw
uh-huh.
minimum.
Mm-hmm. I'd be content with that. But guys, Barcelona not having the best run of form in La Liga. The matches, our performances, they are dropping. AC Milan is 2-0. Okay, so Barcelona
Yeah,
keep a clean
guys.
sheet.
Also, I wanted to ask you one question. Is
Yeah.
Kundes crossing better than Balde?
Oh, I mean, I think so. I think just like
Because
the
he
amount
had
of
like 4 or 5 assists by his
ex-
crossing in this
oh,
season.
against who was it? I think it was Red Star
Yeah,
Belgrade. He had like a hat trick of
yeah,
assists or
he had
something.
3 assists. Also against Betis, he had a cross for a goal.
Mm-hmm. No,
Yeah,
the guy.
I'm sure that whenever Balde crosses, we are getting a corner, not a goal or something.
Yeah, like
No, I agree.
not gonna lie though, the game that we played against Betis, there was this one kid in Betis. I think he was number 39. Yo, he's a good player, bro. He's a youth as well, and he got called up to face it with Barcelona. Oh my
Was
days,
it
yo.
Altimira? I think I don't know.
Huh?
Okay.
Altimira, maybe Altimira. I think his name.
No. It was like something one, some like last name, some Spanish last name like Fernandez or Rodriguez, whatever his last name was.
Okay. Well, guys, watch along for sure and match reaction on Wednesday for that match. Hopefully, Barcelona they get the victory, and we turn around this form. Hopefully, because we haven't started December off brilliantly. It's not basically the month of October. Let's say.
Listen though, even if we win against Dortmund, that doesn't count on 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 our form on the league at all. It's different.
Absolutely. It's
So
two different competitions, different
yeah,
teams, different styles of play. Barcelona right now, not only do we have to get the victory in midweek against Borussia Dortmund to solidify our chances of getting that top 8, but also we need to win in the weekend because guys, we need to be getting some points in La Liga. Real Madrid, if they win their game in hand, they surpass us by 1 point, and if Atletico Madrid they win their game in hand, they equal us. It's difficult. It's difficult for Barcelona
Guys,
in La Liga at the moment.
one question.
Yeah.
Would you take a loss against Dortmund if Real Madrid also loses against Atlanta in the Champions League?
Yes.
I don't really care.
Yes, I
I
take
don't
it.
really care. That's their problem.
I agree
I
with
My
you.
problem.
You are a true hater, just like me.
Yeah, I am a true hater. I'm a true Real Madrid hater. It'd be an absolute dream to see Real Madrid be knocked out of their prestigious Champions League. Oh my goodness, that would be
Oh,
absolutely insane.
listen. If they get knocked out next for sure in the summer, they will reinforce their fucking squad for sure for that for
I
next
mean,
I
year.
mean,
how much reinforcement do you need at this point?
No. Listen, though, they will do that though, because again,
Yeah,
a lot
yeah,
of them,
true.
are
yeah.
injured, and plus, Militao's done though. He's done for
Okay.
good. He's
Okay.
like his both knees are ACL now, so
Yeah, we wish Militao was speedy recovery, man. But guys, let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comments. What do you think is the cause of Barcelona's struggles recently? Will Barcelona bounce back on Wednesday against
something. Alex
against
Baena is the one. I'm telling you.
Alex Baena. Solid player. But guys, thank you guys for watching. This will be on Apple Podcast and on Spotify. If you prefer to listen on those platforms, feel free. Thank you, Sebi. Thank you, Saket. Thank you, NJ, for tuning in. And guys, if you guys also want to join, feel free. The link to StreamYard is always there. But guys, thank you guys for watching. See you guys all on the next video. Peace out, guys.